Honestly, as a musician, I've no fucking idea about garage band.
Yeah, right.
Or
Okay.
anything. I'm like,
So all of your stuff you like do in a studio, or is it? Yeah. Okay.
I want to pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
I don't have time
Oh, that's interesting.
or the brain capacity.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode of The Scoop. Today we're joined by Siobhan Cotchin. Would you like to just introduce yourself, who you are?
Hello, I'm Siobhan Cotchin. I'm a musician based in Perth. I guess I would describe my music as a bit rock and roll with a bit of a country twang. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Okay. So for my first question, I wanted to know, how did it feel to play Laneway in
Oh
Perth?
my God.
Yeah. I want to
It
know.
was nuts. Like, we were the first people on, and that time slot can kind of suck, but not in this scenario, because people were actually there and watching, and it was so nice. And I think it just took the pressure off of playing such a huge gig like that. I just got to enjoy the rest of the festival and like hang out backstage. It felt so important and cool. But yeah, the set went really well. People were there. We sold merch. It's like, it was honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better experience. And I got to watch Phoebe Bridgers. So I'm at peace.
Wow.
I can die happily now.
From backstage as well? You got to like see it all?
No, I watched it from like front of stage just to get the whole thing. But I watched Time from side of stage, and that was nuts.
Wow.
And Phoebe was actually standing right next to me.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I did not say a word to her. I was like, I can't embarrass myself right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I met so many cool people, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Well, who was like one of the coolest interactions you had with backstage?
I high-fived Esty from Heim.
Oh, wow.
As soon as she came off stage. It was everything.
Yeah.
I briefly spoke to Phoebe.
Wow.
Tried to hold back tears while I was like, that was so good. I talked to Phineas as well, which is crazy. Everyone that I talked to backstage was so lovely. Even the crew and everyone, it was awesome. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
So cool.
Because are those people, would you say, like big influences for you? Would you say like Phoebe Bridgers?
Oh, Phoebe is definitely up there as one of my biggest influences for sure. And definitely Haim as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just, I was very overwhelmed. It was crazy.
Yeah. On the topic of influences, like who would you say is some more influences to your music?
Definitely Taylor Swift, because, I discovered her when I was like 9, and I was like, that's what I'm going to do now. I was just like, she's everything that I want to be. So I just started writing songs that were basically a rip-off of all of her songs. And, I just kind of went from there. And basically all of her influences became my influences as well. Like all the big names in country, you know, like your Shania Twain and Faith Hill and all that stuff. And then, growing up, you know, my dad put on a lot of country music around the house, a lot of Casey Chambers and stuff like that. So that has definitely been ingrained into me. I feel like a lot of the classic rock stuff as well, thanks to my dad, I'm very influenced by as well. And Bruce Springsteen as well. I guess that's kind of classic rock, but I just love him so much.
It's interesting that you like have like a cowboy hat in like a lot of the like photographs of you and stuff. It's not just like folk, it's more like country kind of.
I definitely consider I don't consider myself a properly like country artist anymore. Definitely my first EP that I put out last year is very, very country, but I think I'm going into a direction where it's more like grunge rock with that little bit of twang, like a little bit of like Sheryl Crow or a little bit Courtney Love if she decided she wanted to make a country album and if she was a better person. But I think I just love heavy music, and I feel like I'll always have that bit of twang no matter what I do.
So what changed from the first EP to the next that made you kind of want to switch up your sound a bit? I
guess just my taste in music. I mean, I still love country music and I still listen to it all the time. But I really fell in love with heavy music and female fronted rock bands. And I was like, this feels like I want to do that, you know? So, and I feel like my live show is very, very heavy. It's heavier than what's on the EP.
Oh,
so
right. Okay.
yeah, it just kind of happened. I just, and I feel like
Just in rehearsals, you just kind of thought like you just wanted to
was
lean
like,
into it.
Yeah, and my band just like loves all that stuff. So we were just like, let's just do this and rock out.
Yeah. How different is the writing process for a more heavy song rather than a country song?
To me, it's not that different because it always starts out the same for me when I'm writing by myself, like just on guitar and I'm just playing. Sometimes like the songs that I've written are very country and then I bring them to the band and then they're just like rock.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's collaborative kind of process with the
Yeah,
band.
I think
yeah.
I've got all the parts, all the chords and like the melody and stuff ready to go and then the boys just kind of like write their own parts. And magic happens. It's great.
Yeah. So how did you and the band get to know each other? How'd you meet?
We met at Whopper.
Okay.
We were all three of us were in the same year, and then my drummer Sam was in the year below us. And yeah, we just all became really good friends. And I was like, I'm starting a band, and it's happening, and you're going to be a part of it. And yeah, they said yes.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Is Finn Pearson in your band?
He sure is.
Yeah. So how is it when you have members of your band releasing their own EPs and music? Like, how do you work that in?
It.
Yeah.
I think it's so great because Finn is such a talented singer-songwriter in his own right, and I'm actually playing bass in his band now.
Oh, right, yeah.
He was like, I need a bass player, and I was like, I'll do it, even though I don't really know how to play bass like incredibly well.
Well, bass guitar is what they say about.
I mean, it's not that hard.
You've heard it here first.
Actually,
people.
don't.
Yeah. In the camera, into the camera. Bass playing is easy.
Don't cancel me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, I'm just a bit of a natural at it.
For someone such as Siobhan Cotchin, the bass playing, she can just pick it up at the drop of a dime, basically. Yeah.
Kind of amazing. It's taken a little bit to get used to the bass, but like I just love Finn so much, and and Nick, my guitarist as well, releases music under Ezra Tide as well, which is like this big like rock band. It's just awesome. Right. I don't know. It's just wonderful. And my drummer Sam is in a million different projects. Yeah. So it's just great. I love it.
Yeah. So do you have any favorite kind of local projects that you keep coming back to? Yeah.
Where do I start?
You just want to list them all.
I'm obsessed with Mia June.
Yeah, she's going places. She got signed to like an American label, I think.
She did?
Yeah, like Father-Daughter Records, I believe. She got signed. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
As she should. That's incredible. Mia is one of my favorites, definitely.
Yeah. I only got to saw her once, but it was pretty good. It's pretty great.
She's just well beyond her years, honestly.
So young, so talented.
Her voice. Oh my God. Mia June. Who else? Claudie Joy and the Joy Boys. Yeah. She's also playing violin in Finn's band, so that's nice.
Oh, right. And Obviously, Finn plays in like her band, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's all very connected. It's kind of weird.
I think it's just the Perth effect, I think. Like, everyone's so... big spider web.
It's you can't get out of it.
When you look,
everyone
big red lines all over the board.
Yeah. Everyone knows everyone. It's like one of those like pin boards that they have like a you know those like detective shows and it's like got the red thing and it's like these are all connected. Yeah. Who else do I love? I love Anesu. Ken Paolo, who just moved to Melbourne.
Oh, is he? I didn't even know.
I miss him so much. So many amazing artists, honestly. I honestly can't even begin to think about it.
No. And maybe in a similar vein, do you have like favorite venues to play? Favorite kind of spot?
Mojo's. Love that place. The Bird, which I'm playing at Friday and Saturday night. Friday in Finn's band, and then Saturday.
Is that this week?
Yeah, this weekend.
This week, yep. This week, catch them Friday, Saturday.
Yes, promotion.
Yeah.
Where honestly, any venue that'll have me, I'm like, yes, absolutely. I feel like there aren't a lot of venues in Perth. There should be more. I love Badlands. Badlands is cool. Yeah. Just a hard venue to fill with people. So,
but the inside is like so pretty.
It's
like,
so weird.
They're weird. Yeah, like.
I went to an Amel and the
Oh yeah.
I can't talk. I went to an Amel and the Sniffers gig there, and it was actually, it felt dangerous because you know how there are those like stairs, and like they're like
it's very sharp.
pointy.
There's a lot of sharpness around.
It's very sharp.
There's like stalactites like in the ceiling.
It's actually for a heavy gig like that where everyone's bashing each other.
Okay.
I feared for my life.
Seeing those things above your head.
I did fear for my life, but it's fine. I actually had a great time, so it doesn't matter. Badlands. I think that's all I can think of right now.
In your music, do you kind of write yourself as characters? Like in Tucson, it kind of seems like you're kind of this character, you know, like it's like really leaning into that Western country kind of Americana. Like how do you do it? What's the headspace?
Yeah, well, that's totally right. I do become characters and just like write. Basically, I don't know, that song in particular, I was listening to a lot of Americana and like alt country, like Orville Peck, definitely, a lot of that. And I just wanted to create a story that was kind of far from my reality. And I don't know, I thought Tucson is a really cool sounding place. Like the name of it is very yeehaw. And I was like, I'm going to go with that and just build a story. And it just kind of happened. I just was like, I want to step out of myself for a little bit because life is boring and I don't have anything to write about. That's usually what I do when when I've run out of things to write about. I'm like, who can I be today?
Are there any other songs that kind of take that similar route?
Oh, so many. I have a song on my EP called If I Could, I Would. And I wrote that. It's actually kind of weird. I wrote it after watching Sons of Anarchy. I don't know if you've seen that show about the bikies.
Oh, bikies, yeah.
The biker gang. There's like a love story in it. And literally the love interest is like, if I could stop loving you, I would. And the chorus, I say, if I could stop loving you, I would. So plagiarism, but...
Good song.
Anyway. I love writing from different people's perspectives. It's so much fun. It's just kind of a break from reality, I guess.
Do you find when you're like in the studio recording a song from a different perspective that maybe you like dress a little differently or do a little ritual to get into character? Is it that serious or is it more like, come on, like we're just gonna do this? What's the studio attire?
I usually try and dress up nicely for the studio because I usually, when I dress up, I feel better about myself. And I need as much self-esteem as possible
in
daily
space,
life and especially in the studio because it's so nerve-wracking. But if I'm like recording something country or, you know, I usually wear a cowboy hat or something.
The cowboy hat comes out.
Or my cowboy boots, whatever. But I feel like recently I've been very grungy. I'm like, what would Courtney Love wear? Or like, you know, what would, if I was in the 90s, what would I be wearing right now? And that's kind of like my vibe at the moment. But I feel like I should start doing that a bit more, like paying more attention to what I'm wearing to reflect.
Maybe in the stage show, you know, you could bust out.
Exactly.
Is there a cowboy hat? Are you going to be?
Oh,
yeah. Like some David Bowie, some
I have a pseudonym sometimes.
Oh, really?
Oh, wait, maybe I can't. Maybe it loses the... Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. It's also my drag name. If I was to ever do drag, it's Tammy Tucson.
Oh.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's me. Yeah. But I love that so much.
Yeah. You take off the glasses and you're like Tammy Tucson.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Ready to go.
Slip on the hat.
But yeah, I love dressing up and being on stage. That's probably my favorite part. It's like being in drag on stage because like it's like an elevated version of myself. So yeah, I really love it.
Yeah. And what started you with getting onto stage? What kind of inspired that for you?
Taylor Swift,
yeah.
For sure.
So were you performing from quite a young age?
Yeah, I remember doing like a little showcase with my the centre that I was learning guitar at, the Sound Centre. They do like an end of year concert every year for their students, and I did one at the Civic Hotel before it was the Milk Bar. And I was like 11 or something. I got up there, I did my little Taylor Swift song and like I curled my hair and got, you know, like a new dress and I was just like, you know, vibing, so if you will. That was kind of one of my first ever performances. So I've been doing it for a while, and I like when I was like a tween, I guess my parents were just taking me to different pubs, and they're like, "Can she just like get up and play a song?" Probably
great.
not the best environment for a child,
Yeah.
but I was just there to play music, and yeah, here we are.
Yeah. So do you have favorite kind of gig memories that you, from all those years?
From the younger years?
Oh no, just any.
In general?
Yeah.
I mean, Laneway was a huge highlight, definitely. Ooh. I don't know. There was one, I think at Mojo's, it was like a single launch or something, and everyone was wearing cowboy hats in the audience. It was so nice. And it just like, and everyone was singing along to the words, and I was just like, are you kidding me? People know my songs. When that has happened at any gig that I do, I'm just like, people are perceiving me, which is terrifying, but it's also really nice. I think that's the biggest compliment when people are singing back your lyrics that you wrote in your bedroom when you were really sad. You know, and then it's become this really nice thing for other people to share, which is really special.
Is there like a favorite one to play live when you're up on the stage? I guess it would probably always change with what's coming out.
Yeah, at the moment, I'm really loving How Does It Feel? That's probably my favorite song that I've released.
Okay.
Yeah, so far. Definitely. I love that song.
So do you want to talk about your latest release?
My latest release, it's called When the Curtains Close. It's very different to what I've been putting out. It's not as grungy, heavy rock as like How Does It Feel or Growing Pains or anything like that. But I just wanted to release something really melancholic and somber, and it's very inspired by Phoebe Bridgers. I guess it's it's like an ode to the music that I really love. It's a very, it's a songwriter's song, I kind of think. Like I feel like it was a bit self-indulgent of me. I just wanted to put something out that was a little bit different, and it's basically just about realizing that the person that somebody that you love, like, isn't who you think that they are, and that their true colours start to show, and it's just coming to terms with the fact that maybe they're not the right person to be in your life. But so uplifting and happy. It's I love my brain.
When you're writing, do all your songs start on the guitar and then you do the arrangement afterwards? Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, sometimes I'll write a song and then I'll be like, I know exactly how the drums are going to sound, or like how what the bass is going to do, or the lead guitar. But I genuinely just write it on guitar, and maybe sometimes piano, but mostly guitar.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not very good at piano, so.
So are there any avenues that you want to explore outside of music?
Well, I was a massive theatre kid in high school. It was actually kind of embarrassing. I did a lot of like musical theatre, and I did drama all throughout high school. So maybe some acting would be kind of cool. I don't know how I would.
Exciting. Do you have music videos that you?
I do. I did a video for Tucson, but I had a drag performer. Perform the song, because that was exactly my vision when I was writing it. I was like, I can't be doing this. So I just played a bartender. And honestly, my 5 seconds of fame in that video, I was like, I'm living for this. I love being an actor. So maybe acting. I don't know. I think that's kind of the only thing that
would you ever do kind of like a concert movie thing, like where you kind of record the concert and then you have
I'd feel so famous if I did that. Oh my god, that'd be expensive. If I had the funds to do that, totally, I could make a documentary about my life.
Well, this is the start. This is the start. It's the very begining. Like
the Taylor Swift. I keep talking about Taylor Swift. I can't help it. I actually cannot help it. Just like super dramatic, like the fame, like the paparazzi, you know, like I don't know. I can make a mockumentary.
This ideas
that would be fun. Oh my god, I would just love to keep making more like music videos or like video content to go with my music. That would be really cool. A feature film. No, I'm getting too excited now.
Is queerness and kind of LGBT culture, is that important to your music?
Absolutely. I think my music is for everyone. And especially starting out in country music, I feel like people have this idea of country where it's very it can be very divisive, you know, and it's not all inclusive. But I think with artists like Orville Peck paving the way, it just shows that, you know, with country music, it's a storytelling genre and everyone's got a story. And I feel like, stories that should be told, you know, and I'm just the biggest ally and will continue to do my best to support the community. And I love drag, I love queer art, and I think it's so important that there needs to be more of a light shone on it, especially in Perth, in Australia. I think I like to make my music personal, but in a way that people of any gender, any, you know, whatever can resonate. And I hope that I do that, you know. I hope that people can kind of listen to my music and relate it to their lives.
Is this your first time playing outside of Western Australia? Will this be when going overseas for your Australian tour?
No. I went on a tour last year in December, which was really fun. So I'm just excited to do it again. I'm going on tour with Kingswood, who was they're so awesome. Such a great band. Doing a few headline shows as well. Wow. So, but I'm excited to just get out of Perth. I keep saying that when somebody's asked me about the tour, I'm like, can't wait to leave Perth.
We need to leave, run.
That sounds really bad, but
no, it's all right. You'll be back, I guess.
I think you'll know what I mean.
No. But how long do you get to like spend in the cities that you're staying in? Do you get to kind of roam around?
I don't think so.
No
I don't
roaming?
think we get to spend a long time in each of the places that we go to. But I'm really bummed about that. I have so many friends in like Melbourne and Sydney, and I'm like, I'll just get them to come to the gig. Just gonna bribe them. You won't see me for a while, so you need to come to this show.
Unless you're there, I'm gone.
Exactly.
Oof. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And did you want to talk about, you were telling me about this weekend that you have something that you're going to be doing, the songwriting course?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So I'm flying to Albany for this songwriting workshop that I'm doing with APRA on the... Wait, what's the date today? Today's the 7th. Tomorrow's the 8th. Okay. It's basically, on the 8th of March. It's this free event for all ages. I'm just going to be taking a songwriting workshop and just teaching people how to write songs, which is a hard thing to do because, songwriting is one of those things where it's a very individual experience. But I'm just keen to just talk about writing songs, and I'm doing like a panel discussion with Kevin Mitchell, also known as Bob Evans, who was in the band Jebediah. I went on tour with him last year and like during like COVID, and it was a big mess around. Things just kept getting cancelled, but I did a few shows with him, and so I'm really excited to see him again. And who else is doing our Books Kid as well, and Riley Pierce. So that should be a really nice lineup of songwriters. I'm just keen to... I don't know what they want me to... I don't know.
Anything like that before?
I've done a few songwriting workshops. Okay. It's gone. Interestingly. It's hard to talk about yourself and your songwriting process. I don't know. I've done a few where the crowd is just like dead silent. And it's like so awkward because I'm trying to ask these questions and they're just like... and public speaking is not my thing. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how this goes.
How many people do you work with them one-on-one, or is it you kind of speak to general?
It's like a group.
Oh, I think
the songwriting, like the actual workshops are like 5 to 10 people. So it's manageable.
So it's,
Still stressing me out. But
Do they come to you with like semi-completed works, like kind of demos, or is it you just kind of sit down and you just write something with them on the spot? Or
basically I just tell them like my process and how I like to write and like tips on how to overcome writer's block and things like that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get them to write a song in like little groups.
Oh wow, yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
And I think you mentioned writer's block in one of your songs. Sorry, I'm blanking on which song. I think there was a reference.
I think it's Do You Know What I Mean?
Is it?
Do you mean? Yeah. Is it the line? Will somebody break my heart? So I can write a song again.
It's that line. Yeah. I was wondering, is that kind of
so true?
A bit of the process. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got a fair few songs out. That's a lot of it's a lot of broken hearts.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emotional damage and
one
baggage.
album must be like, oh my god, you gotta set
Jesus.
yourself up.
Nobody's ready for that. Not even I'm not even ready for that. Yeah, I mean, because I love writing from like a different like character's perspective, like it's not a need to have somebody break my heart.
Yeah.
But it
No,
helps
I get that,
sometimes.
yeah.
But often I can only write songs when I'm in like a really clear headspace. So I kind of write songs when it's too late.
Oh, okay.
When after the fact, like after the incident or whatever, I'll, I need time to process. And then once I processed, it's like, okay, I can write a song about it and looking back at it, which is kind of good. But yeah, in the moment when I'm feeling all the feels, I'm like, I can't do this. So.
Do you find it's therapeutic at all, writing songs?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's free therapy. And sometimes I get paid to sing about my feelings to people, which is really lovely. It's definitely very therapeutic. And having people come to me being like, oh my God, that song, like that's me. I relate to that. I'm like, oh, my work here is done. Yeah. That's all that I want, honestly. Yeah.
It's so clarifying. Yeah, for sure. When you write your songs, do you write them like kind of early in the day or late in the, does it depend?
Depends. Usually late at night.
Late at night.
Yeah. And that's when
so it comes,
the witching hour.
Yeah.
But usually like if I have like a free day to just do whatever, I'll try and sit down and write a song and
hope something happens. Yeah.
Pray that something happens. Sometimes it doesn't. Especially if you force creativity. It's not. It can be kind of crap. But I feel like even like writing a crap song is still writing a song.
Okay. Yeah.
It might be crap to you, but it could be amazing to somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there's always room to sit with it and kind of like let it grow and see what it becomes.
Yeah. You can change it up a little. So.
Do you work well with deadlines, do you find? Or
No.
No? Not good with
Creative
deadlines?
I can't do it.
Yeah,
Everything else
really?
though, like...
Not at all.
Yeah, I can't do creative I mean, I don't like them. If I have to, I will, but it won't be my best work. So I'd like to avoid. Yeah. I'm such a perfectionist.
You do have such a high like output for like a local artist. You have released like so much work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a lot of emotional baggage. I'm like, okay. There have been a few tracks where I've sort of had a deadline to like record it by this date, and it's been so stressful. But usually like before I'll go into the studio, I have so many songs that haven't even seen the light of day that I'll just like rediscover and then maybe I should do that in the studio. But yeah, I hate giving myself deadlines. It's not how my brain works. No, can't do it.
Well, do you have anything that you want to plug for the interview? Maybe your tour coming up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I need to look into the camera?
Yeah, look at it.
Hi.
Yep.
I've got a tour. It's happening in June. There's so many dates.
It's okay. We'll put
I'm playing an under 18 gig March 18th at HQ with Rosalie Chilvers, with Cav Fullerton and Sienna Rebello. That should be really fun. Yeah. Should be a vibe. On the 11th of March, I am playing at the Bird. And then the night before that, on the 10th, if you want to see me do something a little different, I'm playing bass in my good friend Finn Pearson's band. So come to that because Finn is amazing. And that's all she wrote. Oh, God.